Okay, welcome Aquarius. So we're going to do a Crow Tarot spread tonight. We're just going to get a number for you in a minute. And we're just going to do a small amount of saging using some Palo Santo. Just going to do a little figure eight. Okay, can we have a clear energy area here for Aquarius's reading? All the energies cleared away from all of the negative things that I was thinking today. God, it's really, really easy to get lost in that rhetoric that goes on in your head. All right, now here we go, Aqua. I am going to get us a number first, okay? I said us, even though I'm not an Aquarius. I'm an Aquarius wannabe. All right, what do we have for Aquarius? All right. Wow. So I am seeing, guys, I know I keep repeating myself. I am seeing an injustice. I really am. I'd like to say justice, but I'm not seeing that. I'm seeing an injustice. What else am I seeing here? Just a moment. I am seeing a 10 though. Over here, I'm seeing a 10 of cups here, guys. So we have some slight injustice. We have a 10 of cups. And we have some Capricorn energy. We have the devil here. Okay. No, we don't. Yes, we do. No, we have another injustice. Holy moly. Good grief. And another 10. Well, 2 injustices should be able to be cleared up by 2 10s. Although we have 2 5s on either side, which makes 10. You never know. You never know. We might get there. Oh boy. All right. So I have, actually, I'm going to do it one more time to the deck because this is a brand new deck. And, you know, new decks are always susceptible to whatever energies are around them. And I'm worried that I was thinking a little negatively this afternoon. That's why I actually put off this reading. I was really worried about my own energy, but anyway, this should do it. And one of my very positive friends was just over here for a moment, and she cheered me up a little bit, so hopefully the negative energy is gone. All right. I'm listening to a Bina Eurobeat here on my earphones. Now, what we're looking for, the positions in this spread, Aquarius, are quite interesting. So what I'm looking for is position number 1 right now. And that will represent your inner self at the moment. Okay, it's heart energy, actually, is what she calls it. Wow. Okay, so we've got the Wheel of Fortune. There's a 10, by the way. Now, I'm going to resist doing any analyzing until we get everything out, all right? Incredible card, though, to have at the center there. Okay, no, I'm not going to say anything yet. I am seeing something really good, though. Okay, so the second position is going to be right here. And for this, we're looking for the present energy. So what do we have at present for Aqua, please? What do we have at the present moment for Aqua, please? What's Aqua's present energy, please? That was almost it. What's Aqua's present? Page of Swords tip. Well, very, very classic Aquarius energy. All right, I shall resist temptation. Now, the third position is right here. And this is the holding back or helping energies. What are the holding back or helping energies for our Aquarius? What are our holding back or helping energies for Aquarius? Woo! Okay. Interesting. 3 of Pentacles. So we have so far Sagittarius, Pisces, Capricorn and Aquarius energy here. That is Mars in Capricorn there, by the way. I'll show you the images on these cards after. It's just gorgeous. Okay, so for the fourth position, we're looking for your hopes and or fears. Whatever the strongest energy is, please, Spirit. What is the strongest energy? What is stronger? What is the stronger energy for Aqua's hopes and or fears? Wow. Wow. Heavy duty reading here. Really interesting, though. So there's Mars and Scorpio energy there. That's the Five of Cups. I feel like that's somebody thinking about you, Aqua. Okay. 5 is our grounding energy. Okay. Can we have the grounding energy? Okay, we got 2. We're going to take them. Interesting. Wow. Beautiful. 2 aces. And Aquarius, this deck has been thoroughly shuffled since I bought it. I just wanted to let you know that. So Ace of Swords and Ace of Cups is grounding energy. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, so we're on position number 6, which goes over here, believe it or not. These are lessons from the past. Oh, this should be interesting. What are the lessons from the past for Aquarius, please? What are the lessons from the past for Aquarius, please? What are the lessons from the past for Aqua? Wow. Wow, the world. Holy moly, holy moly, holy moly. This is going to be really interesting. Okay, and next we have, so we are now looking for the external, which goes over here. Okay, so right, these are the external openings. I'll explain to you what that means later on. I had to do quite a bit of studying to understand her spread. What are the external openings, please, for Aquarius here? The external openings. I'll just do a little one tiny. What do we have as the external openings for Aqua, please? What do we have as Aqua's external openings, please? What do we have as Aquarius's external openings? Drum roll. Well, this one is really, really particular, whatever this is. It really wants to be just right when it comes out. Wow. Woo, you should see how that flew through the sun. Okay, I shouldn't be cheating here. Okay, now, and here, position number 8. Okay, I'm not telling you what it is because it's really exciting. So, okay, all right, it's our possible futures, okay? So what do we have as our possible, wow. Oh boy, are we ever going to have to clarify that. This is really interesting, Aquarius. We ever going to have to clarify that? All right, Aquarius, bottom of the deck. Yeah, I think I know what this is about already, but I am going to give myself a moment before we start. Wow. Okay. So do we have, this is interesting, there's a lot of Leo, this is Mars and Leo energy at the bottom of the deck. It's the 7 of Wands, Mars and Leo at the bottom of the deck. Well, this is a victory. This is quite a victory. Anyway, okay, just give me a moment, Aqua, and we'll get started. Aquarius, I think this is quite a fascinating reading. It could be a love reading. It could also be a reading about your life right now, your life circumstances. I think it's a lot about the truth. If it's a love reading, it's about how one person has failed the other through fear, I think, of the truth. And if it's about something work-related or otherwise, I still feel the themes are the same. There could be other parties involved that were sort of working against you, but let me explain. So we begin with the Wheel of Fortune. So this is your inner self. This position, this card, she explains in her guide manual that this could be something that becomes part of your inner self. It could become part of your karma, depending on how you deal with it. What I believe this is, it's an event that has happened that nobody can change. Whether it was a choice that your person made or something that somebody did, I do not think it was you. I think it's just something that happened. Either your person made a choice and you didn't know about this, or, circumstances were, just presented themselves. That's the thing about the Wheel of Fortune. I'm reading in the polarity that I'm reading it in right now, something has happened in the past. It cannot be changed. In other words, sometimes we call that a fated event, although it depends on where you are in time. If you're in the present moment looking back, obviously it's something that, well, people say, that certain events will always happen anyway, no matter what you do. They call those fated events, but this is something that I believe is in the past. For you, I feel, there's a lighter energy here, and I feel the lighter energy is the Aquarius energy. There is another dark energy here that is not Aquarius. So your energy is, well, so what? We'll deal with it. I don't think you need to absorb it and make it part of your karma, but I feel like the other energy in this is really finding it difficult to let it go. They're hooked on it, and they want to change it or thwart it, or it's something I feel that you don't know about at this moment in time, or maybe sometime in the near past you didn't know about it, but there's another energy that's focused, fixated on it. And if that other person doesn't figure out a way of processing it and accepting it, it could become part of their karma. But I don't think, and it could ultimately affect you if they won't let it go, if this person is important to you. So this is some kind of event. Let's clarify and just see if we can get anything. So we've got what is this fated events? What is the inner self focused on right now? What is this Wheel of Fortune, please, for Aquarius? Okay, that just flew through the air. Hang on, Aqua. All right. Wow, death. So it was the ending of something. So something in the past. Amazing. It could be that someone attempted to kill something, or who knows what. Someone attempted to ruin something, to bring something to an end, or someone did bring something to an end. I feel like that's a negative energy, not a transformational energy there. I don't feel that you did this. Further clarifying, we have the Six of Wands, which means that, and I think this has become clear to you, so you can see it. It's right up in your face. You've just learned about this, okay? So now we're going to look at position number 2, which is right here. This is the present energy, and this is yours. I believe that this is a demand, not a demand for the truth, but a knowing. Here, you've sort of plucked the truth out of the air. You already have it. It's the Page of Swords. So I think you're watching, and you know the truth. You've got this because you're looking. This crow is looking that way. So you've become aware, just by observation, that something was done in the past, something negative to try to end something. I believe it was a negative energy. It's just been thrown right in your face, okay? I think, so that's pretty clear. The present energy is pretty clear. We're going to go to the third position, which is, now this position is supposed to be what is holding back or helping you, which is interesting because we've got the Three of Pentacles. I'm seeing that as 3 people. If you're in a work environment, this is, it could be something that you were working on. You were focused on thinking that, oh, this is great. This is going to result in something. It could be a relationship you were working on, something that you were doing and you were cooperating with others. You thought that it was going really well. At the same time, what could have been happening is someone could have been working on it as well, but working against you. And this is part of what you didn't know. Let's just clarify the Three of Pentacles here. So I'll give you the, so far I'm seeing Leo, Capricorn, Aquarius, Sagittarius, Pisces, and Scorpio. What do we have to clarify the Three of Pentacles, please? Yeah. See, I rest my case. Total betrayal. Ten of Swords. I believe that this is an energy that was working against you, or it may have been people working against you, or it could have been, I'm not seeing a third party situation here, although it could be, but I'm just seeing that somebody was pitted against you and you didn't even know it. And meanwhile, you were doing your best, to put work into something that you thought was going to produce a result, and have a look at what was going on. Isn't that a really cool, interesting picture? I mean, it's painful. So it's like, these swords have come down, sort of like a door, a guillotine sort of type thing. And I'll just show you the beautiful little berries for the Three of Pentacles. Isn't that cute? Really beautiful images that she's come up with. All right. Now, let's go to your hopes and fears, which, believe it or not, is up here. Now, we have a very, very depressed, guilty-looking crow up there. He looks very sad, and I think that's your person, okay? Who I think might have been part of the people working against you, I'm thinking. He looks pretty sad. Aquarius, before I started this reading, it's too bad. There were there were two great big fat crows outside, and they were doing their anyway. As soon as I started the tape, they stopped. It's probably because the other day I told them to be quiet and they just stopped. Anyway, so let's clarify your person up there. If it isn't your person, it's somebody that was in this group over here, that you didn't know about. So Scorpio is now very much present on the board because we had the Death card there, and we've got Mars and Scorpio up there. What little sad, remorseful, regretful crow is up there? Why is he up there? Ooh, what's this? Oh, he's a King of Cups. Well, now, look at him. So this crow, this king, wasn't hawking enough. He wasn't saying anything. In fact, this king was being quite silent, okay? And that's the problem. He wasn't telling you what was going on over here, okay? Now, for some reason, we're going to find out. What we don't have is what happened. We're going to fill that in a minute. For some reason, it didn't end up so well for him because he's up there very upset, remorseful, sad, and alone, I might add, okay? And it looks like he's up in the middle of the night, looking out, the ocean. He's there alone with no queen, okay? Or it's a queen with no king, or a king with no king, a queen with no queen. You get the idea. There's somebody very remorseful up there and very regretful. All right, and they are alone. Now, I believe that because of what they were doing over here, and you already know. I think that this crow thinks that you don't know right now, but you know. All right, so now we're going to look at the grounding energies. Now, here's where Aqua, the Fool, comes in here. Here's where the Fool's journey is important. Here's the lesson of the Fool. So down here is your grounding energy. We have two aces, of course, because you see, the Fool is not afraid of anything being lost or destroyed or ending, because the Fool comes from nothing, physically comes from nothing. The Fool, propels soul and physicality from spirit. So if you know that all there is nothing, and that something comes from nothing, no fear will exist of losing anything or any endings. And that is where you trump your person down here. Your grounding energy are two aces, but the first one is the one I like the most. The Ace of Swords. This is a clean energy here. It's straight up, and it is the truth. And most Aquarians, if not all, that I've met, if this isn't there, it's not worth it. It's just not worth it. If it isn't true, it's not worth it. One Aquarius sent me this cute little quote on her email the other night, and went something like, "The truth is still the truth, even if no one believes it. A lie is still a lie, even if everyone believes it." And, it gave me such comfort because, I was sort of, I was feeling sorry for myself about something really stupid. It was about, this rumor, and so I was being very self-absorbed and complaining, and but she just sent me this email, and as soon as I opened it up, and she's an Aquarius, and I thought it was really interesting because what she was trying to say is don't go around trying to convince anyone, because it's that what matters is what's true, and if you're standing by your truth, that's all. And Aqua must stand by truth, or they just won't have it. As long as they have the truth, they can do any kind of regeneration. But here were the words that you really needed. The Ace of Cups, sometimes you'll hear me, and I know it drives you guys nuts when I do this, but I do it deliberately when I have the traditional deck. I will count the 26 droplets of water to remind you that a lot of the time these are words that were not spoken. These were energies that love that was never put into words. This is part of the problem, I think, that your person had. Also, they may have said something. They may have repeated something that you said in confidence, or embellished something that you said. But it's about, this over here, I believe. Here was a lack of information. Allow, you can adjust the energies here. But I think that's what's happened, and that's what's caused some wreckage here. All right, now let's continue. So just before we go on to the lessons from the past, let's just see if we can get a clarifier for the grounding energies. This was, I feel like your grounding energies, as I said, were absolute requirement of having the truth. But this energy here is what I want to clarify. So what do we have here? What were these words, unspoken, or truths that were relevant to this reading? Show me, please. Show me, please. Yeah. Wow. It's about a betrayal. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, some of you I know are giggling because of the picture. It is quite dramatic. That would be rather, it's a heart, okay? It's very upsetting to look at this, but true betrayal can pierce the heart. It can be something that's very difficult to live with. So I feel like in holding back the truth, or embellishing, or a repetition of something that was supposed to be private, there was a major betrayal down here. All right. Now, the lessons from the past. This is interesting because it's the world. I believe that this is more relevant to whoever these parties were over there, or party, not to you, because you see, you are the fool. The fool does not fear neither a beginning nor an end. I was just looking at this beautiful poem earlier today about, it's called, I think it's A Walk with the Fool. So the fool in this poem, it's a female, and she's a female fool is taking her through the journey, and it's just an incredible poem. But when she gets to this card, I found it on the internet here. I just want to read to you the one paragraph about the. So this would be the card before the world. So when we were at judgment, they would have been saying, "Awakening at dawn, we both welcomed the sunrise, renewed by its promising rays. Hands intertwined, we walked toward the horizon without fear to the end of all days." It's just an incredible poem. So I don't think you have any fear. I think your lesson from the past, well, let's get a clarifier, okay? I believe that the lesson for your person is to not fear an ending, because your person may have held back a truth for fear of an ending, or may have continued to lie, or continued to breach your trust because of a fear of an ending. What is relevant here to Aqua's reading? Can we have a clarifier for the world, please, here? Well, that didn't exactly fly out, so it's probably more relevant. Yeah, look at this. The devil. Yeah, see, the devil will do that. It will prolong. The devil, it runs on fear. So it's all fear-based thinking. It can allow people to be stuck. If you ever wonder why twin flames don't come together, it's very often they're stuck in that energy. They can't get out of it because one of them won't break. It's won't step out of the fear zone. And so, of course, they egg each other on, and they end up never really coming together. They come together in the lovers, but in the devil, they're just stuck. There could be anybody down there with them. They could be with third parties, whatever. So again, I feel like your person either prolonged an ending or kept something up, or would not stop a betrayal for fear of some other thing ending. Maybe they were, for example, if they were staying with a karmic because of money or guilt or whatever, that is fear-based thinking, or if you're clinging to your money because you think you won't be desirable without it, that's fear-based thinking, What a lot of people don't understand is, a lot of people, especially that have money, think that they won't be attractive without it, but they forget how magnetic they are when they're in times of, when they're on less than zero. They're watching people regenerate themselves like that. Is you can fall in love with someone, when you see them building themselves up from nothing. It's often money that makes them unattractive. Anyway, not always, but okay. I digress. Let's go on. So we're now looking at position number 7. Oh, yeah. All right. So this is interesting. So this is supposed to be like a vulnerable position. It's supposed to be, let me just read to you what she says about it. This is the energy that enters your personal atmosphere without your invitation. It may increase or alleviate friction. I think here we've got the sun. So in this reading, it could work both ways because it could have exposed a betrayal down here. So to your person, they would fear the sun, right? They would fear something being exposed. To you, you guys don't fear anything and you want the truth. So you want this, and the sun heals everything anyway. So I think that something was exposed here, okay? Your person probably got, no light, but, this has happened. Now, what on earth has happened here? Because we're now looking at possible future outcome. And ladies and gentlemen, we have the 5 of Swords. But do you know what? The upper polarity of that card is there are times, all right, when you and actually, if you don't believe me, there is a Ellen Goldberg, who is an incredibly talented Jewish tarot card reader and writer. If you YouTube Ellen Goldberg and the 5s, okay, I believe she goes through this. I hope I'm right about this. I'm almost positive it's her explanation of this part of the 5 of Swords. There are times when you do have to defend yourself and you do have to step into an energy of insisting on putting yourself. You may have to shout. You may have to say something in a forceful manner. And while it's not unethical, it's outside of your behavior, but there are times when that's all that you can do. That is the only option. And I believe that in this situation, this person was so resistant to giving you the truth. These people were so pitted against you. This entire thing was not visible to you. It was absolutely necessary for you to put your foot down and say, now look, stop, this has to stop. And I believe that you have achieved a victory because of this. Let's get something to clarify that 5 of Swords. Yep. Well, look at this. Look at the Queen of Swords, and here you are. Here you are, Queen of Truth. There you are. Now, I do note that the King crow is looking up there at you. So there is a possibility that he may be able to and lift his little wings up and fly up in that direction and get out of his little moping session up there. But who knows? You do look, I just want to show you how cute this card looks. So exactly the way that they are, that they look. So you're kind of, the way your wing is there, you're kind of like, come on up, honey. And he is looking at you, or she, or he and she, whatever. Anything goes, because this is just an incredible reading. Aqua, I hope it somehow resonated. Sorry it was so long. And thanks for listening. Have a great night.